Hi again. This is a continue of the live, and again I have started to do some work. Okay, this is with SeeCoder. The SeeCoder is disconnected here. Let me see, what can I do? Okay. First, let me ignore the CCoder and just work with a style. Here I have the coadapter sketch, and I'm going to add one another ControlNet. The new ControlNet. I prefer to use segment. This time I am selecting seg, and from preprocessors focus on seg as a preprocessor. The image should go to the preprocessor. Here I have to see the preview, and it's there. Okay, what is the SemSeg, or what is the segmentation preprocessors? You can see that it can detect some information from our sketch. Okay. For example, each color code is defined by something. For example, this is a sky, this is ground, and this is building. And it translates our design to some objects. So when I am using the SemSeg or segmentation algorithms, after that the AI can better understanding from my sketch or from my input image. But also here I have some different segment processors, and now I want to use all of them. After that I will see the result, and then I can take the decision that which one is better for going to my ControlNet. Preview image, and preview image. Okay. When I am starting to queue prompt, okay, I think yes, I think that in this case ADE 20K is working good, and the result is better than other. And let me show you something. Okay, let me open the image, copy that, and open the image in Photoshop. Also, here is a link. On this document, you can see that each color code is defined for some object. For example, this is the color code of the building, and this is the color code of the wall. Now What can I see? Okay. 6 is 6. This is a sky. B, E, B, F, F. E, B, F, F. This is sidewalk. And B, 47. Yes, this code is building. Okay. So based on these informations, I will decide to use this output and send it to the ControlNet. Okay, so in rendering, you can see that the building is only on this area. This is the sky and this is the ground. The default CFG was 8. And also you can see that the prompt is completely empty. So now only I don't need them. Okay. Now I have the sketch. The sketch go into the segment. The segment is going to the style, and the style is connecting to the sampler. And for the step, I will adjust it to 30 or 35. The step number is it can define that how many times the computer should process the image. And when you are using the high step number, the output quality will be better. But the step number over 35 or 40 or at the maximum 50, based on my experience, does not have any different. Okay, so this was my style image, this is the segmentation, and this is the output. Let me decrease the strength of segment. And start the processing. Okay, now let's compare some information. Okay, it was the input sketch and it was the design style, and now we have this render. Okay, you can see that it had some different elements on the building, but totally the building form is very similar to our sketch. In this case, if I increase the strength of segment, let me see what will happen. Okay, this time you can see that we have the handrails like our sketch. We have the garage door here. We have the door in position. But for the window, it made something else. because it want to make something between the sketch and also the style. And you see that we are not using any kind of prompting, positive or negative. So now let's add some prompts. I'm going to the realistic region. And here you can see the suggested prompt structure. I copy that and pasting for my positive, and these are the suggestion for the negative. Okay, this time my subject is a house, and this, instead of skin, I am using scene. Okay, so now let's compare the different in processing. Okay, I think it's better, and now it is more look like a house. The step is 35. Let me test that with 20. Also with 20 it can work, and totally now it is not something very bad. It makes some design idea for us, and now I like to make, for example, 8 different versions. I am going to the empty latent and adjust the batch size to 8 and start queue. Now it is trying to generate 8 different design for me. They are ready. They are in VAED code process. And after some seconds, I can see all of the results in output. So you saw that combining the two ControlNet for processing the volume and processing the sketch was very useful. One of them was for sketch and one other was segmentation, and because it is providing these informations that where is the building, where is the sky, and where is the sidewalk or where is the ground, it can send some useful information to the AI engine. Here we have all of them. Some of them are very cool. And let me show you if I disconnect the style model. Okay, now the sketch is go to the segment is going to the style, and the style is connected to the sampler. This time I want to send the segment to positive, and the style is disconnected, and save them in another folder, normal style. Also, let me open the folders. Okay, this time okay, these are the photos that are generated without any reference and without any sample. It detects the garage door, it detects the handrails, and also the window. And these are the photos that we generated them with style reference. The right side is generated with the style reference. And these are generated without a style reference. Both of them are interesting, and I think we can use both of them, but the images that are generated with a style image has more contrast, and actually I like them. This time I want to change the design style to something else. For example, this building, and also it has many watermark. Oh, I forgot to connect the style. I think it's trying to add some Chinese element on the roof and some pattern, Chinese pattern on the railings. Okay, let's see the high resolution image. Yes, the only elements that I can see are in the rooftop. Maybe it's related to the highest range of the sketch. And if I change that to some lower value, I believe it can completely reform the building. Yes. Yes. It's NVA ethical processing. Okay, it's very interesting. Where is our sketch? Okay, the sketch is here. Totally the form of the building is similar to our sketch. Not completely same, but it's similar. And also it's similar to the style reference. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting for me because in this case, for example, you can make lots of different versions from a reference. And I believe the segmentation is the magic because it sent this information to the AI that here is a sky and here is ground and this is the building. And when it is trying to generate the building, it will try to stay focused on these blocks. And it is helping us. It's very important. And you see that when I didn't use the segment, the result was very ugly. And for example, it add many other things over the building. But now it can also use the style and my prompt and my sketch. But also the prompt is very, very easy. Only wrote a house, it's all. What kind of house, what kind of roof, or what design architect. All of our other prompts are generated based on this image. Let me change the design style. This is very, very busy image and let me see how it can solve the problem. Before starting, I prefer to use the batch number as 4, and faster I can see the results. Okay, these are the window design style, sidings, and other parameters. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is the result. And it's very similar. It's very similar. Okay. So now let me go to the Photoshop and do some adjustment on the segment. Okay. Let me drag the sketch, set it to multiple, and this time I want to clean the segmentation area. Okay. Okay, and for the handrails, please let me create a new layer and color that as this. After that, I will change the color. Also, this is handrail. Here is windows in another layer. I have window here. And also this is the window. This is the door. In another layer. And this is a garage door. Again in another layer. Okay, and let's jump to this document, search for window. Okay, this is the color of the window. Okay. Handrail. Okay. This is the code for the handrail. Oops, I forgot to paste the color here. And clip the color to the handrail. Let me search for the door. Door and double door. Only I have the door. Door. Okay. So because it only has one color code, I have to merge these two layers. Paste the color code. And this time street light, street lamp, no. Road, this is the color code of the road. And here with this perspective, I want to create a road. Oh no. This is the road color. And road. Let me search for sidewalk. So all of outer area are sidewalk, already know. Counter, sideboard. Plant, flower, and some other thing. Okay. So from this part, I want to add some plant. Okay, let me hide the color and let me add some plant heroes. And here and here and here. Okay. Save that in my computer. As a JPG file. Seg. Okay, now in ComfyUI, instead of using this segmentation that is automatically generated, I want to use the manual segmentation. It's very easy. I have to load an image load, and after that I have to connect the image loaded into the ControlNet, that is processing weight segment. Okay, this time Q prompt, and let's see the result. Okay, now we have the road, we have the window in position, we have the door in position, and also we have the handrails. Okay, these are the plants that are painted, and also you can see the handrails. I'm not sure that is it good or no. Please let me know what is your idea in the chat, and if you have any idea to add some change, please let me know. Maybe we can do that. And this one, road. Okay. Let me do a search for grass. Okay, this is the code of the grass. Copy that. Go to the Photoshop. Paste the code here and start painting. So around the road are grass, and with this line I want to add some grass also. Okay, let me save that. Segment 2, and load the segmentation in my drawing. This time also I am going to use the more width for my segmentation. For example, about 1, and batch size just 1. Okay, Q prompt. Okay, you can see the grass position. Again, let me do another Q. This time we have the road, we have the grass in position, we have the plant in position. Let me change the design style. to something like this. Modern building, night light, big trees, plant. It's ready. It's very nice. I like that. Really, I like that. Let me use this photo as the style. Not bad. The color tone and some other parameters are very similar. Oh, take a look to the glass railings. It's amazing. Let me fix the sketch on one and also the segment on one, and again start the queue. I'm not sure why sometimes it imagines the road as the stone wall. It's great. It's great. The window form, the handrail, window and door position, plant position, grass position. And this is the reason that I like to work with ComfyUI, because it's not based on prompt. I shouldn't spend my time over writing prompt that I cannot be sure that is it possible that it can work or no, or is it possible that I tell to the AI in this specific position I need something or no. But by using the ControlNet, it's very easy to control the output. Yes, it's very easy. And it can work. It can work. And okay, let me change the building style. This time I want to use this classic building. Classic building. One more try. I'm not sure why it is going to delete the road. In this case, I am writing the road here. Wait, please. Q. Okay. So only by typing the road, you can see the road, but I lost the grass. Okay, in another generation, I can see the grass also. Okay, for changing the building form, let me try to adjust the sketch string, for example, to something like 0.6. One more try. Okay, now the style model cannot transfer the classic building to this one, but for the Chinese style, it was successful. Let me test that again. Yes. With this photo, it is very successful because I think maybe it's very close-up photo and most of the photo is covered with the building. So if I want to show a classic building, maybe it's better to find some close-up image. Yes, maybe it's better to do that. Let me do a search on my computer. For example, this building. Was not able, and for example using this photo also it is closer. It is not working. Okay, so in this case let me add the CeeCoder to my workflow. Okay, and this is the style model. The style model, go to the conducting, and this is the CeeCoder image that is also using this image, and the CeeCoder will be connected to the positive. Okay, and let's see what will be happen. Still nothing. This time let me move the CeeCoder position, connect the segment. Okay, this is the segment, and it's going to CeeCoder. CeeCoder go to the style, and the style connect to the case sampler. Let me see, can I see any different or no? Mm, no, any different. Let me replace the parameters in conducting. This time it go to the up part. This time it's completely changed. So maybe I have to increase the string. Maybe. No. No. So get back to 1 and connect them same as before. Adjust the string of the segmentation and also the sketch, both of them. This image now, after connecting the SeeCoder, this image is going to be very with high contrast edges, and I think in this case I have to change the CFG value to amount, for example, about 4, and again do a test. Nothing. Let me delete all the prompts. Start the queue. Still nothing from these elements. Okay, now I can see the elements, but I lost the form of the building. Now I have the building, I have the window, but the design elements are not here. Let me change again with this photo. Not bad, but also not good. I can't see these design elements. At first, let me disconnect the sketch, and how? From conditioning directly, I am going to the segment. So now the sketch is disconnected. With a sketch, with segment, we have something like this. And if I increase the width, now the form of the building is more similar. But still I can't see these elements. Segment. Okay. Let me change my ControlNet model. Okay, here I forgot about that. We have some ControlNet model that are slimmed. These are very useful for the CeeCoder. We have the segment here, the slimmed version that is useful for CeeCoder. So let me how it can work. Let me see. Let me connect the CeeCoder directly to the sampler. So now I ignore the style. Change the width of the segment, and also again let's connect the sketch, but this time I want to use the ControlNet SD15 Scribble Slimmed. Didn't capture any detail from this building on this form, and I believe that I have to change the string. Maybe it needs more change. This time let me change the CeeCoder engine to V1, but based on my experience, CeeCoder anime working better, but also check the CeeCoder V1. Okay, it extract the design elements, but it delete our building. Maybe it's related to the width string. So this is a segmentation. Let me change that to 1 because it is defining the Skype order and some other parameters. Change the string to 0. HED Leonard Kenny Soft Edge version 11. To the home to 0.2 and check it again. No, this this version of SeeCoder can't help me. Also, let me change the PA. No, also the PA can't work for me. And the best version for my job is SeeCoder Anime. Get back to that version and try to get result with that. Okay, maybe the only way is changing the string to the lower amount, and after that it can add some details from my reference. Before that, also let me connect the style one more time. Start the processing. Mm. 0.3 for the sketch with soft edge controller. And still I can't see the design elements. .2 I can see some pillars. Zero point 15, 0.15. I can see more pillars and also some handrail. Let me upscale this image. Okay, copy the case sampler and connect the latent to latent, the last conditioning to last conditioning, negative conditioning to negative, and model to model. VAE decode, VAE, and image. And this time I want to upscale that with 2 times, so I have to add latent upscale. Latent upscale by 2 times, and upscale method could be linear. Connect the latent to that and this one to the latent. Okay. It is going to process the image, and after that it is going to make a bigger image. Maybe in second image we can see some more details. No, the upscale version is not useful for now, or maybe I have to use another method. But for capturing the detail from this model to this sketch, I think this is the best result that I can take, because also these are completely in 2 different design style. Maybe this is the reason. And for example, if I change the sketch, but also I have changed the segmentation. Maybe for another type of building, it can't do that. One more test, one more test. I didn't play with prompt, okay, and it was my choice, but this time, yes, but this time let me also play with prompt, okay. Let's see, luxury building. Let me add these prompts. Maybe this prompt can help the AI better to get the style. Segmentation. Instead of soft edge, I prefer the scribble. What can I do? Here's the segment width. Again, let me change the photo. Not bad, but also not good. This time, let me use this photo. Oh, add many parts to our sketch, but the lighting inside the sky color and lighting mood is very similar to the reference. Let me use this one and with lower bit. 2, 2. strange. It extracts some information, but it can't apply these design details inside the building. Let me start another quick queue. This is very close-up view with some pattern and texture. And let me see what will be happen. Okay, my building is completely removed. So I have to increase the width. Strange. And Q prompt. It's not bad, and it captured the design elements, and also it has a good harmony. Let me do a test with this reference. There is not any brick on the building, so let me delete all the prompts and again Q. The framing around the windows are very interesting, and let me increase the width to 1, and let me see what will be happen. Doors in position, window in position, handrails are in position. So if you select a similar design style that could be compatible to the form, also it is very easier for AI to generate the image. Okay, because for example, for this building, it is very easy to adopt this style and this style together. In prompt, brick walls. Let me add the prompt with periodic brick walls, and house with brick walls. Modern style brick walls. Instead of house, let me use building. With this reference, it can't do that. Let me see what will be happen if I use this one. Now it's working. And let me delete the prompt. Okay, it is not looking to my prompt, and mostly it is looking to the design reference. And because that the design reference is a brick building, so my sketch also is going to be brick. By the way, so far I think it could be very useful because easily you can drag your sketch, and after that you can imagine that how it could be with brick style or some other styles, but you have to select some relative styles that could be compatible with your design. And in classic architectural elements, for adding the pillars and some other parameters, I think it should change the form of the building, and based on this reason it cannot easily deform the building, and this is the reason that we can't see the luxury design elements because it's very modern and simple. Okay, let me replace the sketch, and let's see, is it easy to change the building? Oh, still I'm using my custom segment node. And for that sketch, the ADECA cannot make a good segmentation for me. And I think I have to test some other segmentation processors. Coco. Oh, I think I have them. Yes, I have them. They are here. This came from Coco. So let me connect the segment from Coco. Okay, I think the segmentation from Coco is not compatible with the information in this model, and ADECA I think is better, but it cannot make segmentation from this design. So what can I do? I can change the strange to 0 for this one, and let's focus to get the result with a scribble. Okay, this is our build, this was our sketch, and this is the image that we have. And for example, let me use this style. ComfyUI is very useful because you can save your workflow, and after that easily you can again open your workflow and drag and drop your image. But you should have some basic primitive knowledge. Okay, let me check that. Do I have any other building sketch in my computer or no? I want to test with some other sketch. This one and this one, I was used them. It's wireframe model, but maybe we can test that also. Let me get back to ComfyUI and replace the sketch. Q prompt. It transferred this sketch to this drawing. For this sketch, because it has many busy lines, I have a suggestion. Before sending the sketch to the ControlNet, let me add a preprocessor, HED, add a preview. It's trying to simplify the sketch, and now we have some more simple lines. This is the result. Okay, let me test that with another sketch input. But for that one, I think this is not necessary to use HED. Let me change the building type to something like this. And or something like this. Yes, this is the part that we have to pay attention, because in this sketch we have 2 or 3 circular elements, and also here we have some arc and circle in center. So I think it was easy for the AI to adopt the design style. I was looking for something like that, because now at the top of the window I can see these arcs, I can see this A-wing, this type of door, and I like that. Yes, let me just test that with my previous sketch. Maybe it's very visible for AI. No, it cannot adopt these elements into this design style. Let me only use this segment, this segmentation. After that, see that. Okay, when I'm using the segment, it can change the building type, but it lost the scale. at the arc. But also it is trying to change the perspective of this drawing to something like this perspective. Because in my sketch all the lines are straight, but this perspective is completely different, and I can see that it is trying to conform also the perspective, but I can see some design elements. And if I adjust the strength of the lines, it is trying to use the lines, but when it is trying to keep the form, then it cannot add the elements. So it's the rule. One more time with this photo. Okay, for tonight I think it's enough, and tomorrow I will continue. See you.